Hey, Year 10. So we're starting our statistics unit today, and we're going to start with 9A, which is collecting and using data. What I might do, instead of writing stuff down, I'm just going to go down and talk about some of the key ideas that we have in our book. So you'll see some of the highlighted terms here. They can be pretty important when it comes to stats. So I just want to talk about a little bit, or each of them a little bit. Now, surveys is a main thing, and as it says up here, they're used to collect statistical data or information. So, like when you guys are watching the news or whatever, often they talk about a survey that's been done, and they'll give you some information about that in their news report as well. You may have done surveys yourself as well. So, some surveys, they might ask a question and then give you different answers like this. So whether you strongly agree all the way to strongly disagree. Sometimes you might be asked for an actual number as an answer. It might be like a scale of 1 to 10. There's a whole heap of different answer ranges that you might be given in different surveys. The purpose of doing a survey is to work out something about a population of people. So to get information about a population. Now here it says a population, a group of people, animals or objects with something in common, and there's some examples down here. So some other examples could just be the entire population of Australia, the whole 26 or so million people. Another population could be the students at Mount Lilydale. Another population could be students in Year 10, and even smaller could be students in our Year 10 methods class. Okay, so there's a whole heap of different populations that we could be kind of looking at and trying to get information about. Now, a sample here, this is super important. It's a group that's been chosen from that population. So, for example, if we're trying to find out something about the whole of the Australian population, the whole 26 million, it's not practical to ask every single person, is it? That's going to take a long time. It can't really be done. So instead of asking everyone, a small sample is taken. So 1,000 people might be asked, 10,000 people, maybe 100 people could be asked. Who knows? Let's go down here. So this little diagram here is going to be something that you're going to be using for some of these questions. And it's about, I don't know, categorizing different data that you're given. So what you can see is that whenever you get data from a survey or information from a survey, it can be categorized in two different ways. It can be either categorical or it can be numerical. Now, often because we are in maths here, often we do get numerical data, but let's look at categorical first. So categorical can then further be split into two different types. Now, I didn't say before, categorical data is data that isn't necessarily numbers. Okay, so if it's numbers, it's numerical. If it's not, it's categorical. Now, there's nominal categories and there's ordinal categories. Now, nominal categories are ones where they don't have an order, as it says down here. So it gives you the example of colors, red, blue, and yellow. You can't really order those ones, can you? But ordinal, they can be ordered. So it's given you another example, low, medium, and high. So we can put them in a certain order. Let's go back over to numerical, which is the main thing that we're going to be looking at. They can be either discrete or continuous. Now, discrete is when there's a certain number of possible answers. So, for example, if you roll a 6-sided die, you can only get one of 6 different answers. However, if you, I don't know, if you're catching a fish and you want to find out how big the fish is in terms of length, maybe, there's a whole different range of numbers that it could be. There's really an infinite amount because it's not necessarily going to be, 1 meter or 1.1 meters or 1.2 meters. If we just look at between 1 and 1.1 meters, there's an infinite amount of answers that could be in between there. So you could have 1.1, you could have 1.11, you could have 1.111, 1.111, and going on and on and on. So continuous is where there's an infinite amount of numbers or answers that could happen. Discrete's when there's only a certain amount of answers. What I might do now is have a look at some of the questions that you're going to be doing, just to give us a bit of an example. So I might keep this table up on your screen. Keep this table up on the screen so we can use it, because it's going to help us with the first couple of questions. All right, so let's just look at question 1 to start with. So what type of data would the following surveys generate? How many people are there in each office room? Let's think about this over here. So are our answers going to be in categories or numbers? There's a certain amount of people, so it's going to be a number, isn't it? And you can only have a certain amount of numbers as well, so it's got to be discrete. Let's see. Yep, numerical and discrete. All right, cool. So let's go to the next one. What is the time taken to complete a task? So time is numerical, isn't it? Except there's not a certain amount of set times it could take. It could take, any amount of time. So I'm going to say it's numerical and continuous. There we go. We've got that one as well. And the next one, what color are the jackets on the rack? Okay, so colors aren't really according to numbers, aren't they? They'd be in categories. And it's given the example over here as well. So you can't really order colors, so this would be nominal. So we'd say this one is categorical and nominal data. There we go, categorical and nominal. I want to go to the next question. All right, now what we need to understand is that some surveys can give really good data and some surveys can give data that isn't really too good either. It's all about who's actually chosen. So when you're trying to survey a population, it's important to be able to survey a broad range of people within that population, because there might be certain pockets within the population that have certain, that go under certain categories and will have certain answers. So let's have a look here. So decide if the following surveys would be representative of the entire Australian population. Okay, so a survey via social media to find out people's favourite news program. Okay, now this survey's been done only on social media, it looks like. We want to think about, does everyone in Australia use social media? I'd say that a lot do, but there'd probably be a part that don't as well. So it's not really giving us information about that group of people either. So I'd say it's not really representative of everybody. Let's see. So no, it isn't. Let's have a look at the next one. And this is probably a better example. A survey to find out the number of pets in a household from people entering a pet store. Now, if people don't have pets, they're probably not coming into a pet store, are they? So you're not really giving the people who don't have pets a chance to answer this question. So I'd say this survey isn't really representative of the entire population. It's only of the people who actually have pets. So again, there's another no. So I might leave it at that there, guys. Hopefully that helps you out. The main sort of thing you'll be looking at as you continue through methods is this numerical, discrete, and continuous data stuff though. All right, thank you guys.